All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris, Chef Sports Cards here. Chris, what's up, buddy? We are doing 2022 Bowman Draft First Edition quarter case break number 7. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A little bit about us. We've been around for over 7 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands can move. If you are new to the channel, do us a favor and hit the old subscribe button there. Help a brother out. eBay continues to run their sweepstakes. No purchase necessary there. Go to any of our eBay listings. Look in the description. You'll see a link there. You follow that and you can win some free cards. Also, concerning eBay, we are going to start casting on eBay Live in the next few weeks. Just something to put in the back of your head. Keep an eye out for that. And as always, chefsportscards.com, our website, where all our favorite people go. All our favorite people. So we got a prison break up over there. Series 1 is about to go up. I tried to get it up today, just ran out of time. Series 1 comes out on Wednesday, so pre-sales for Series 1 should be up tomorrow. We're going to have hobbies, we're going to have jumbos, we're going to have megas. Plus, obviously, we'll have eBay stuff next week, too. Super Break just sold out right before the break started, so we're probably going to do that one tomorrow rather than doing it tonight at like 1 in the morning. And we got some other stuff up there. Something different. Warner Brothers, 100th anniversary All-Star trading cards. Very cool cards. I know this is something we don't normally do. We usually do baseball. But the spots are selling slowly but surely. We put it up there. It's not a moneymaker. We're literally doing it at cost. It's $19.99 a spot. But some very cool cards that some of them sell for crazy prices. And just a lot of fun. So you want to check it out, go to chefsportscards.com, grab one of those. We're going to get that puppy full. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. All right. Let's go over the teams. D-backs, Stratton E. Braves, John C. Orioles, Joseph H. Red Sox, Andrew R. Cubs, Chris L. White Sox, Keith B. Reds, Robert V. Guardians, Kurt D. Rockies, Robert H. Tigers, Edward K. Royals, Steve F. Astros, Dwayne M. Angels, Keith B. Dodgers, Alex H. Brewers, Keith B. Twins, Chris F. Marlins, Robert H. Mets, Anthony M. Yankees, Robert V. A's, Kurt D. Phillies, Chris F. Pirates, Keith B. Cardinals, William R. Padres, Randy S. Giants, Keith B. Mariners, Coastal Cards. Rays, Alex H. Rangers, Juan L. Blue Jays, Robert H. And Nationals, Randy S. Check something real quick. Oh man, everyone's paid tonight. On time and up front. Nice. Thank you all very much. We've had some new people lately. I've been getting a few emails about this. Just so you know, and whenever you break with us on the weekends, so I want to get back to breaking on Thursday and maybe Wednesday, and so I've just been very short-handed as far as help goes. But whenever we do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I combine shipping for the weekend, and if you pay multiple days, we refund any overpayments. The only thing we have to do is eBay keeps their money, so we take their fee out. But I mean, just so people know, because I've gotten a bunch of emails about it lately, we do, if you pay on for a break on Friday and then pay again on Sunday, when we do the shipping, we will refund any overpayment. We always do every week. So I get a bunch of emails from people, oh, are you going to, but we always do. So I'm not here to steal people's shipping around here. Manuel Rodriguez to 150. I know many breakers don't, and I understand why people ask. But just, Sometimes you get a lot of emails from people. It's hard to keep up with all of them. I don't know, man. All the Philly boys are they're all out partying for the Super Bowl this weekend. Carson Palmquist. Hey, it worked out for you yesterday, right? Maybe again. Who knows? Yellow coming up. There he is. There's Rincones right there. J.R. Ritchie first to 75. 34 of 75 for the Braves. For John. Everson Arteaga for San Francisco. And if you have it in your heart, please root for the Eagles tomorrow. Nobody wants the Chiefs to win, except Chiefs fans. I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, I get it. But otherwise, let's all pray to take down Mahomes finally. It's amazing when you get to the Super Bowl how many interesting stats you see. So I saw this guy who was a big gambling guy. Here's James Wood. Said that since 2003, there has been 10 times where the number one seed who gets a first round bye has played somebody who's not a number one seed who didn't get a first round bye. And in all 10 of those times, they've never covered the spread and they've only ever won once, like straight up. It's pretty interesting. Alex De Jesus to 150 for Toronto. It's amazing how everyone, like, I mean, look, I know serious gamblers, they pay attention to everything, but it's amazing how you see little stats like that. So maybe it's good news for the Eagles tomorrow. We'll see. They should have won 2 years ago, but woulda, shoulda, coulda, Zidane Raphael for Boston. Jacob Mizrowski first for the Brewers. We got Archives Collectors coming up next. After that, we're going to do Bowman Draft. This year's Bowman Draft. Gold coming up. Ooh, that's a good one there. Wow, for my boys at Postal Cards. Cole Young, first, 1 of 50 gold. Very nice. He good. Do you ever work sportsbook, Chris? Wow, 1 of 50, Cole Young. Very nice hit. I saw a guy. Do you guys, it's actually interesting that you brought that up. Is there a limit in sportsbook how much you can bet at your casino? I saw this guy online trying to bet like 300,000 on a game at some casino. I don't know where he was. And they were like, yeah, no, we'll only take 10. It's like, wow, I didn't know what the limits were on something like that. Michael Nora for Houston. You didn't like working sportsbook? I would think sportsbook would be easy. Sit there, take some bets, sit back and just watch the game. Although I guess it's kind of boring if you're just sitting there. At least when you're doing, the games, you're kind of involved, playing with them. Another yellow coming up. Here's a Jackson Holiday. Ben Joyce. It's a good one, too. 69 of 75. Depends on the book. So, is there like, okay, let me ask you this. When somebody comes in to bet, what is the level that you have to turn and look at and ask permission? Like, how high? I mean, I know tables have, like limits where they'll say, it's like a $5,000 limit table. If somebody comes in and says, I want to play, 20 grand, will they do it or you just have to ask? Or Jordan Sprinkle for the Sox. Oh, for just to bet 10K, you have to what, get like their ID and stuff? Ooh, another red. We're loving reds around here. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Red, 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 red. For the Yankees, Roderick Arias. Numbered 1 of 5. This is the third red from this case. Who's got the Yankees? Robert V. Here you go, buddy. Nice red. I love reds. Who doesn't? Make a call to the office. So, you even need to get their information for them to place the bet, not just to win the bet, but if they want to place one that large. What is the max limit on tables in your casino? Like that somebody doesn't have to ask, like they can just automatically take it. Jake Bennett. On the rare occasion that I go, I just walk around and find the cheapest table there is. Orange. Aren't you glad I opened this pack? Oh, I can't reach it. I can't reach it. Here we go. Carson Milbrandt. First. 21 of 25 for the Marlins. Robert H. So you guys don't have like a high rollers room or anything like that? Kenya Huggins. Oh, your max is 1,000. Oh, okay. Said that on table game. Okay, so here's probably a dumb question. If somebody's playing craps, and let's say somebody has the dice for a while, people keep placing bets, Like I come in, I place a couple $100 in bets, and then the guy's hitting, I place more, I place more, I place more, and my total on the table gets to $1,000 or so. Does that matter? And it's kind of a weird question, I know, but like they wouldn't stop and be like, "Oh, can we have your information?" Carson Milbrandt. Where it's just max 1,000 for any bet. No. So like if I came up and again I haven't played craps in years, but let's say like I came up, could I bet like 1,000 on, the number 3 and 1,000 on the hard 8? Or, like two separate $1,000 bets, would they allow that? Yiddy Cappy for Miami. Jordan Walker to 150. My son had his first trip to a casino a couple weeks ago. He was down in Florida. No, I think I brought this up before, but apparently in Tampa, he was at the Hard Rock in Tampa. You only have to be 18 to play poker, whereas you have to be 21 to play everything else. So he and his friends went down there to play, and he had quite the time. Jacob Miller won a few $100. Max is 50. Oh, Max is 500 on the hard ways. Oh, okay. Fair enough. What's the most, I mean, I'm sure maybe you don't remember exactly the ballpark. What is the most you've ever seen someone walk out of your casino with? Like, is it on like a jackpot on a slot, or is it a run on like uh craps or something like that? Like, what's the biggest winner you've ever seen walk out? All right, box two. Good luck, everyone. Samuel Munoz, however you say it, the 150 for the Dodgers. Dodgers is Alex. Makes every time I talk to you, I want to go to a casino again. I haven't been to one in so long. But I'll go in, lose money, and then I'll just feel bad. Yeltsin more about for Texas. That's when you hear about people who are like, addicted to gambling, and you hear the stories of, well, they actually like the losses better than the wins. No, I don't get that part. That doesn't. I understand what they're talking about, but I just don't get it. Wilman Diaz to 75. 48 of 75 for the Dodgers. Don't do it. Really? 300K? Wow, that's a pretty good hit, man. 300K. Imagine. No, the last time I was in a casino was the last time the Philly show was in Valley Forge. So the Philly show a few years back moved to this Oaks Convention Center. That's a card show. I'm sure many of you know it, but it used to be in the Valley Forge, which is a convention center. It's smaller, but it's a casino now. And I was down at the show for a couple hours looking around, whatever. I wanted to go get something, go get a soda. So I go upstairs to where the casino is and the bar. I grab a soda and I'm just kind of looking around, and there's a slot machine there. We got a gold coming up. Drew Thorpe for the Yankees first. 30 of 50. So I'm walking around, I'm drinking my soda, I'm just kind of looking. There's a Wheel of Fortune slot machine there, which I've actually seen before. So I'm like, what the hell? I put $20 in it. Next thing I know, I'm up like $600 on that machine. And I should have listened to myself. I was like, all right, come on, let's cash this out. This is crazy. Let's get out of here. And there was this old woman sitting next to me who was just like, oh, this is so great. You got to keep going. You got to hit this. And she like kept egging me on. I was like, all right, whatever. Let's keep going until, it was basically all gone. I think I left with my original $20. Colson Montgomery. And then she's like, as I'm walking out, I literally hear her say to me, yeah, the house always wins in the end. I'm like, oh my God. You were the one who kept me going. I'd have walked away from this machine 20 minutes ago. It was fun though. Wait, you got a $300 tip on a $300,000 win? That was it? Oh my God. Like guys, like you didn't get mugged in the parking lot by one of your employees. Cole Phillips for the Braves to 150. It's funny. I'll tell you a funny story. So in the restaurant, when I was working for Sullivan's, this was like 2004, I think. 2004, yeah, somewhere around there. I don't know why I just thought I just thought of it because of the money. We had this guy come in who was a regular there, and he used to come in every week and sit down, and he'd buy like the biggest steak and a bottle of Opus One every time he came in. Brady House, which for those of you that are familiar with Opus One, great wine. Wine in Pennsylvania is much more expensive than a lot of other places because it's state controlled. So I mean, it's a pricey bottle of wine. It's not the most expensive or anything, but it's not a cheap bottle of wine, right? So this guy used to come in like every week, all the time, like clockwork, and he loved everyone. Nate Savino, and he came to me when Christmas time was coming, and he said, "Oh, my company, we've had such a great year, blah blah blah. I want to do this big party for all my employees." He's like, "There's about 30 of us." He goes, I want, top line, everything, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. So we end up doing this. It ended up being like 28 people. They came in, we did like 10 courses. We were serving decem with dessert. And I mean, it ended up in the end, the bill was like $32,000. It was a little over $1,000 a person. And the guy tipped us, gave us $50,000. So tipped us like 18 grand on this bill that I then split amongst everybody who was involved in doing it. So Zobek. So there was 8 servers, the floor manager, the guys in the kitchen, and whatever it was. And we divvied it out, and it ended up being like, I think I gave the servers a bigger percentage, but basically everyone got like $600 like in the kitchen, and then the guys on the floor got like 1,200 or something like that. So big money though, and certainly worth it. I mean, it was only a couple hours. The guy treated us really fair. It was everything. Fast forward to about a year later, and I get a phone call from an investigator who's we come to find out this guy was ripping his company off, embezzling millions of dollars. And he had been arrested, and they were trying to recoup funds. And they were actually saying like they wanted the money back from the restaurant. Yvonne Melendez. Like they were trying to actually come after my people and stuff until one of our corporate attorneys stepped in and ended it pretty quick. But they were saying to me like, well, that money was stolen, so it has to be given back. And I was like, what do you mean? The guy came in and ate. We gave him product for it. Like, what, so the one time, I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had some great tips over the years, but the biggest, like one of the biggest tips we ever got in the end, we almost got it all taken back. Michael Norda 150. That dude went to jail for like 20 years, man. He didn't even end up, he didn't even own the company. Like, we all thought he owned this place. It was like a construction or something. I forget what it was. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But he always like made like he owned the place. Jackson Holiday first. And it ended up he didn't. He was just like the manager, but he was robbing them blind. It's like you can't win. When I mentioned to like the servers, like they're trying to get the money back, and this is like a year later, they're all looking at me like you're out of your mind. Does that guy still come in? The guy who won the 300K, is he like a regular or a guy who comes in? Because you might have to say something there. You're like the server who chases the guy in the parking lot. Sir, you forgot your change. Oscar Colas to 75. When you tip so bad that the server's like, here, you forgot your change. And he's like, no, no, that's for you. No, no, you forgot your change. You take it. He does still come in? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, so don't, take good tips with Manuel Rodriguez. See, the worst was he had to of course charge it because it was such a huge tip. Like he gave us like a black card and was like, just make it 50 and keep the rest. Been better if it was cash. I couldn't have traced it, but I know we didn't end up paying it back in the end. I don't know how it all worked out, but I guess the lawyers took care of it. Yeah, that is kind of crazy on 300K just to tip $300. Kobe Mayo. Anthony Hall. Blue coming up. Mule. Nazir Mule to 154. The Cubbies. For Chris. That was the craziest party, too. I'm just thinking back, like, what we made. We had a lobster course. We got lobsters, and they were like 15-pound lobsters. They were huge. And I said to the guy, like, I was like, technically you don't really want lobsters that big. I said, we can get them, but I said, they tend to be a little tougher. He was like, I don't care if they're tight. He goes, I just want them to look impressive. I was like, all right. So they actually were pretty good, to be honest with you. But De La Cruz, but, I mean, a 15-pound lobster is like 100 and something years old. So they tend to be a little tougher, you know. But it did look good on the tray, that's for sure. Everyone knows how much he tipped. It's like in the book. Do they have a website for that, like they have in the restaurants? Like there's websites that people like put in how much people tip. So you know if they're cheap or not. Do they do that with casinos too? Probably. Kyle Manzarno to 150 for Tampa Bay. Box 3. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what we did for dessert. I always remember that we served Chateau Saint de Chem which is like $7.50 a bottle or something like that. But I can't. And we did these big magnums of. Oh man, what was that? Here's a Jackson Holiday. Can't believe I can even remember that much. To be honest with you, Trey Sweeney. We did these like big 5-liter magnums of. God, I can't remember what it was. But they were like, I don't know, like $4,000 a piece or something like that, drinking out of these huge bottles. There's Facebook groups, yeah, I'll bet. Can't get away with anything these days. Yeah, if you're famous, you got to be very careful with that type of stuff. Or if people even know you a little bit in your area, you got to make sure you tip people really well, or else people be more than happy to dime you out. The big thing for me is I always tip cash. Like, like if you're ordering online, I always put in 0, but I tip cash when I get there, Trace Gonzalez, because I know otherwise they're going to pay taxes on it. And it's like sometimes you get the side eye from people who, like, they think you didn't tip me. You're like, no, dude, I'm actually trying to help you. Another gold coming up. Ryan Ritter for the Rockies, 21 of 50. Yeah, I got to check it out. Rockies is Robert. Money doesn't buy class when it comes to that stuff. I can tell you that. Michael Kennedy for the Pirates. Out of all the restaurants I've worked in and stuff over the years, the nicer the restaurant, usually the worse the people were. Like, horrible to each other, horrible to the servers. Just, entitlement, I guess. I don't know. Miko Hernandez to 150 for the Orioles. When I worked in the steakhouses, man, like you think like, oh, a lot of business, a lot of rich people. This and that. It was like we were hosting a kegger every night. People were horrible to each other. Joshua Baez. Another yellow coming up. Max Muncy for the A's to 75, 37 of 75. Who's got the A's, the A's, the A's? Kurt, my man Kurt. Here you go, buddy. Benny the Jet. Benny and the Jets. I'm gonna have that stupid song in my head. He'd be at a truck stop. Oh, I bet you see all kinds of crazy stuff there. Brandon Barria. I mean, I've told you guys so many stories over the years, but I think the most story rich was when I worked in South Philly at this place called Fredericks. It was a mob joint. Man, there was craziness that went on in the place. There's stories I'm afraid to tell people out of that place, and it's 30 years later. Trevor Martin for Tampa Bay to 50, 41 of 50. For Alex. Joey Merlino, who some of you who were from this area will probably do know that name very well. He used to eat in our restaurant all the time. Oh, there's a lot of craziness going on in that place. I had a um, this girl who at the time she was a intern, like she was just learning. I was the executive chef, and she used to actually carry a gun on her at all times. McFarland, like she was heavy set. I mean, not huge, but just a bigger girl. And the line was really skinny, like as you went by it. So like when you went by each other, you're kind of butt to butt, like trying to get by each other. And she used to carry it in the small of her back. And every time I'd pass her, I'd always be like, "Oh my god." I'd say, "You really think you need that here?" She'd say, "Are you kidding?" So I always figure, well, at least she's got someone covered, I guess. We had I won't name any names, but we had a hit go down right outside of the restaurant when I was there, Jonathan Class. There was a gentleman who was pretty well known in the area, and he used to eat in our restaurant all the time. And he came out to get in his car one night. The valets went and got it, and boom, boom, boom. He was dead in the front seat, and the valets were gone. Jonathan Cannon to 150. The valets knocked this dude off, right? Our valets, like the guys who worked for our restaurant, like pulled off a hit on this guy, and we never saw him again. It was the craziest thing. He was, he was an interesting gentleman, that's for sure. Tanner Schobel. And I just remember like being there that night, like, what the hell? Where am I working? Place was a trip. Worked myself to death in that place and loved every minute of it. Loved the people. They were like one big family. It was so great. But there was a lot of craziness that went on in there. Kobe Mayo to 75. 12 of 75. Andres Mendez for the Brew Crew. Tristan Verling for the Yanks. Another orange. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. Dalton Rushing for the Dodgers. 25 of 25 on the first. That's a nice one there. He's like the number 12 prospect. For Alex. Nice hit. All right, last puck. We do have 3 more boxes left in this case. I don't have them scheduled for any time soon, but maybe next week or the week after we'll finish off this case. Kyle Manzarno for Tampa Bay. That's going to do it. All right, folks, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly, truly appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. Please enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. If you have it in you, please root for my Eagles. I would appreciate it. If not, I understand. I get it. Just don't make too much fun of me when we lose. Bear with me for a sec. Put a quick hit recap together, and then we'll get out of here. Alrighty. All right, hit recap for 2022 Bowman Draft First Edition, quarter case break number 7. Jackson Holiday only saw 3, but of course, if we find any more in the sort, we'll make sure they get taken care of. All our aquas, we'll make sure all the first get sleeved and top loaded. Take care of those bad boys. Numbered parallels. Still haven't had an auto out of this case yet. Not that you get a lot of autos, but should have one coming at some point. All right, to 150, Rodriguez, De Jesus, Munoz, Walker, Knorr, Manzarno, Mule, Hernandez, Cannon, and Phillips. Those are all to 150. To 75, J.R. Ritchie, Ben Joyce, Bowman Diaz, Oscar Colas, Max Muncy, and Kobe Mayo. Golds to 50, Ryan Ritter, Trevor Martin, Cole Young. That's a very nice one there. And Drew Thorpe. To 25, Carson Milbrandt and Dalton Rushing. Another really nice one. And Roderick Arias to 5 for the Yankees. 1 of 5 for the Yanks. So there you have it. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with archives. Stay safe, stay healthy out there. Go check out the website, chefsportscards.com. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.